Hey everyone, Carlos over at BearBullTraders.com, and here's my recap for today, Wednesday, August 15. Had a really good day on three stocks I traded this morning, starting with Macy's. Macy's was a really nice opening range breakdown. Andrew called this for sure. I got in with him on this trade, but we didn't get the best entry. So our entry was not great to be able to hold for a pullback. We were a little bit extended from the VWAP. But again, if you look at the 5-minute chart, M just never gave us a chance to get in. It never did a pullback. So we jumped in here. It eventually did test my entry point and it started to sell off again. But I was not comfortable, so I just took, I took some out, and then on the next candle, or on that same candle, I took the rest out. On the 1-minute chart, you can see it better here. As you can see, we got in here. I didn't take profits here. I was expecting for this to run. Once it pulled back, I held it up to my entry point. It did sell off again up to here. I took some off. I was expecting for it to drop even further. Once it started doing this pullback, I kind of got scared a little bit, thinking, okay, you know what, if this is gonna hold this level, it's gonna squeeze me up to possibly VWAP. So I just took everything out for a small profit. But again, after that, the stock really sold off really nice. As you can see, it almost lost I think almost a point or two here. So again, just sold off real nice, just riding on this moving average here. But again, I'm not upset that we had traded this stock, because again, it was hard to manage my risk. On top of that, it held this level for a long time, so I probably would have gotten stopped out here anyway once it hit this moving average. There's no way I would have held it past, this long, testing my entry point almost every time. So then the next trade I found was CRCO. If we go here, so what I liked about this trade was it was in our Trade Ideas Gap Risk watch list this morning. It had popped up to these levels here, the previous day's close, and it sold off pretty bad once it did a nice pop. And then on the next candle, it continued to sell off past the VWAP. So I like that. And what I did was I went short here, expecting for it to drop to this level I had from previous day close. Also had this level as well. So I got in short here. It finally started to lose all these levels in the moving averages. So I took profits right when it hit this level here. Took some more semi newer lows, and this thing just continued to drop. It was a very slow trade. This trade took about 30 minutes, which is pretty long for me to hold on to a trade. But again, it didn't give any chance of a pullback or any reason for me to jump out of the trade. So I was able to, it was a slow trade, not a lot of volume, but I was able to take profits on the way down. I'll show you on the 1-minute chart. Again, you had this nice pop here, nice sell-off, cracking the VWAP. A better entry would have been here, but I was just not sure this thing was going to sell off. At the same time, I was trading Macy's at this time, so I was focused into that trade. Then here, once it did this pullback and it's starting to sell off again, another pullback and it sold off again. That was the reason for jumping in. But at this point, I thought, okay, now after doing several pullbacks to the VWAP and not cracking it, I'm pretty confident that it was time for it to lose it completely. Then it did this pullback, but again, it was not to the VWAP. It didn't touch the VWAP. It didn't crack it. Also, it's not a lot of sense here. If you look at this entry, my entry was I think 20 to 90 or something like that. It only pulled up to 23.13. So again, not risking a lot here by this pullback. And once it started selling off, I was able to continue to take profits off. While this was happening, since this was so long, I decided to take a scalp on IQ. I don't know why I did that, but I got quickly out scratched for 166 negative. But again, just showing me that I cannot trust that stock. Just stay away from it. Did good yesterday, but not today. So that's basically it, guys. And then this stock continued to sell off. I wish I would have held a little more. But by this point, I knew that I already had made a huge move from here to here. So I decided to take everything off. But again, even here, it didn't. If we zoom in here, it still didn't give me a reason to jump out. It was still riding this moving average. But at this point, I was like, you know what? I've been in the trade for 30 minutes. I don't want to hold it through a consolidation. And I had made most of my profits already for the day. So that's my recap for today, guys. Hope you guys had a good, clean day as well. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks.